what's up, guys? I've got another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. It is a domination on Carbon, and I don't even know how well I do, actually. But you're going to have to watch till the end to find out. See? It's a cliffhanger. Not only that, this is huge. I've got my first guest on the show, well, commentary. This is kind of like a show. It's like a radio show with video, like a TV show. Anyway, we're going to talk about Modern Warfare 3 and compare it to Black Ops, and I know. I'm probably going to be the first person to bring up Black Ops since last Tuesday, right? But it needs to happen, right? We've got to talk about this. And we've got to decide which game is better, Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops. And I've brought on a friend, Bradford91. You've seen him on the channel. You can hear him talk. What are your thoughts?
Well, I feel like Modern Warfare 3 is definitely, it's new. And for me personally, I was getting bored. Treyarch released a whole bunch of maps, the last Resurrection Zombies map, that did what it needed to keep my interest in the game, but it was time for something new. And, I hear a lot of people talk about how Modern Warfare 3 just looks too similar to Modern Warfare 2, but, when you put them side by side, it's completely different. There's been so many upgrades in the graphics. Just, you play one mission on Modern Warfare 2 and then put in Modern Warfare 3, the difference is phenomenal. And I'm really happy with the game. I'm really excited about it. It's definitely, I would have to put it above my excitement level for Black Ops. Maybe that's just because now I know what to expect in the game. I know how much extra content is going to happen. I'm really excited about it. It's awesome.
Okay, so let's talk about the campaign. I think we spend a ton of time talking about multiplayer, and I categorize these games into 3 parts, and I don't think we get are too good enough recognition. We got campaign, multiplayer, obviously, and then we've got special ops in Modern Warfare 3, or zombies is what it would be probably in Black Ops. As far as the campaign goes, which company do you think is doing a better job right now with their campaign? Which one's more immersive? Which one's more fun to play? Which one's more challenging? But, challenging in a good way, not challenging as in frustrating, but really engaging. We'll talk about that.
Okay, well, it really just depends on the personal preference of the player. Me, I love continuing stories, and Modern Warfare 3 is exactly that. It is actually the conclusion of the story that we've seen so far in Modern Warfare. Now, I've heard rumors that there's probably going to be other games entitled Modern Warfare, and we'll spin off from that. But for this particular storyline, this is the conclusion. This is where it all ends. And I really like that. I really like how they've put everything together. There's so many connections. Even just the opening cutscene, I was speechless. It was just fantastic. And in regards to the difficulty, I played through the campaign the first time through on Hardened, and as I believe you played through it on Veteran the first time, just because we never took the time to play it on those higher difficulties during the lifespan of Black Ops. So I was a little nervous going into it, playing it on Hardened the first time through, but it was actually exactly right for me. It was easy enough that I could still enjoy the storyline, but also, I actually had to think tactically. I felt like I was actually playing, a first-person shooter, not necessarily just playing through a really bad RPG. It was a good blend.
Okay.
Really good blend.
Okay. I probably agree with that. I'm not huge on campaign, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But I don't think that's too difficult to agree with. And everybody talks about multiplayer. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I do want to ask, Treyarch made such a big leap from COD, World at War, to Black Ops. It was such a huge improvement. Yet, I think some people have the attitude that Infinity Ward is a superior developer. But at the same time, I don't see as much an improvement from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. And I'm sure you're probably going to disagree with that. So, go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are on that. Did Modern Warfare 3 match people's expectations, or do they feel like should they feel like they're taking a step backwards from Black Ops?
I think the first thing on everybody's mind is that they were expecting more, specifically on the COD Elite side. But, in all fairness, maybe Infinity Ward didn't do all the preparation they could have done to, get their servers ready for the millions of people who are going to try and tap into this service. So I think that's the only really downside that we've had right now. I am very satisfied with both of the new game types in multiplayer, Team Defender and Kill Confirmed. And, it's just that extra new flavor that I really needed. I needed something besides trying to capture flags when my entire team was going to hang me out to dry. I'm trying to take B Dom, everybody else just runs away and, leaves me to get naded and all that kind of stuff. So the new game types are a big plus, and I think my favorite thing about multiplayer that they've fixed is it doesn't take as much XP to level up, level by level, as I was expecting from Modern Warfare 2 or even for Black Ops. You look at, you have to go 50 levels in Black Ops. Here you have to go 80. Well, you feel like that's going to take forever. But, me personally, I'm one of those people who, responds better to more frequent reinforcement. And that's exactly what this game does. The levels, there's still probably about the same XP overall that's needed to prestige, but maybe it might be a little bit more. I don't know, somewhere around there. But in that, you have to level up 80 times, so that means you're going to level up more often than you would in Black Ops. And for me, that's really encouraging. I don't get the highest KDs, as I'm sure people watching these videos will probably notice. I don't get the huge kill streaks. I'm not that good of a player. I'm not that type of a player. So being able to level up more often than I have in the past is a huge, huge gain on Infinity Ward's side.
I agree with that. It seems like this game goes faster. I flew through that first Prestige, and I don't think it was because it was easier. I just think I leveled up faster, I unlocked more stuff, and I was achieving things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. And I don't even know if we can compare this, but they've added survival, and Infinity Ward has always had Spec Ops, and sitting that next to zombies and saying, okay, here's this third game mode. I don't think we can even talk about which one is better. They're so different. They're so really unrelated, except for the fact that they are that little extra game mode. But do you think the addition of survival in Spec Ops is big as zombies, I guess? Do you think that Infinity Ward has a match? Or do you think it's, I don't know, kind of like the retarded little stepsister?
Well, I think they have a match. Definitely, but maybe not on the same standards that everybody's expecting. We've talked in the past about how, in my opinion, survival mode is more related to combat training from Black Ops. It's like a mixture of zombies and combat training. You get to know every single multiplayer map so well just by playing it that it's almost like a stepping stone to playing multiplayer. Of course, you can go the other way around. You can play multiplayer and then know the maps like the back of your hand and go right into survival mode and know that one spot that you personally perform better at and probably do pretty well. But then again, the two game modes play very differently. You're comparing, AI to actual people who are probably going to, every now and then everybody just says to whip out a sniping class, just for shits and giggles. But it's just that extra added flair that you get to play on all the multiplayer maps and not necessarily just 5 specifically survival maps like Zombies was. Everybody loves Zombies because it's so much more of a party style game. You get to have 3 teammates versus just 1. On that note, they can't really be compared because survival mode isn't meant to take the place of Zombies. It's meant to take the place, I think, more of combat training. So I definitely enjoy it for what it is, and I try not to confuse the two. And that seems to work better for me.
Okay, so we've got the two games here, and we've kind of set them next to each other and compared each part. Do you think it's fair to call one better than the other? Do you think it's fair to stack Call of Duty against Call of Duty, or do you think they're just too different? And if so, what's your judgment? What do you think? Which is the superior developer who's won this boxing match?
Everybody's gonna think about it from a different perspective, but I would have to say, for me, Modern Warfare 3 being new has to take it's gonna satisfy me for right now. It's gonna take the cake.
All right, well, thanks for coming. Hopefully we're gonna get another Dual Com up, and we're gonna talk more about Modern Warfare 3. And thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys, that was today's video. If you want to check out the last one, here it's gonna pop up on screen. Boom! Click it, and it's a kill confirmed on Carbon. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to stay tuned for the channel. I'll get some more stuff up real soon.